Cal, they got off to a pretty good shooting start. I think they were 10 of 19, and then from then on, pretty rough night. What did you guys do well defensively?
Well, we switched and we tried to make it hard without fouling. One of the things, that I told my staff today, the reason Willie's defensive presence is important. You think of our team last year. We were a pretty good defensive team until when he got hurt. Wow, we're not the same team. So the last game, all those right drives, who was not in the game? Willie. So you get confident just driving, and I can shoot layups, well, then you shoot them. It's a little different today. We end up with 12 blocks because they just thought they could drive it, and that's, what he does. He had great defensive confidence. And there is such a thing as defensive confidence. He didn't have it in Missouri. He left early. He was antsy. He left his feet on 6-foot guys and fouled. But today he had it. I was really proud of him. And, we're getting better. We're still got a ways to go defensively. We rebounded the ball, and that's a tough team now. They were tied for us for a reason. That's a tough team to play, and they're, we got to. I told them we'll see you down there. It's going to be another war down there.
Cal, did you see this coming from Willie? Did he have a different kind of approach tonight?
Yeah, well, I told him to go back blonde. I said, you play better blonde. But no, he's been practicing. And, look, if you think he wants to play bad, he doesn't. But I said this after the game to the TV, this is the most overanalyzed team I've ever seen in the history of the game. At any level, in any sport, there's a weekly update on what we are and what we're not. Then they go to Synergy and take out every play to show where I've never seen it. And our losses are worse than every other loss in the country. We lose. You're not in the top 25. Now, you understand LSU has 3 NBA players and 2, a junior guard and a senior guard. They're no schmo team now. At the end of the day, they will be in the NCAA tournament. LSU is good. This team has to deal with all that. And I went in and told them. I told them before the ranking, I thought we'd be as low as 19. I said it'll be 17, 18, and 19. So when I was right, I asked the staff, when's the last time I was wrong? They said 1978. I think it was 78. Might have been 77. I think it was 78, though. So it's hard to play here. How about this one? When I recruit these kids, I can't hide you. Is that true? You're not hiding here now. You have a bad game, you can't play anymore. Another guy has a bad game. Yeah, a tough game. He's a terrific player. My guy has a bad game. He can't play. He just goes from a great player to he stinks in one game. You're playing at Kentucky. Good luck. The good news is the success rate. So just fight it. I think that's part of the reasons our guys go on and do so well. They can deal with all the crap. They've dealt with it here. You need me to say anything else, or you want a question? I'll keep going if you want. Jerry, you have anything? You're just writing. You already wrote your story? Okay.
Do you think that stuff's affected them? Do you think that it's had an impact on the development?
They're 18 and 19 years old. This is the youngest team in the country to play at this level, maybe ever. Yeah, it affects them. Yeah, I tried to tell them, I said, you think it's opinion. Most cases, it's the hope of the writer. Not their opinion, it's their hope. Don't deal with it. You can't let it affect you. Told some of them, they came into practice really excited after Missouri. Are you excited because we won? You can't be that way. You're excited because you want to get better. You got to be excited if we get dinged and we lose a game. You got to come in with an excited level. And I told them, if you think every game you're going to play, you're going to be following with the win, you got to learn to deal with some adversity. And we've had some this year, so.
John, is Willie's struggle, is that a blessing in disguise long run because it enabled Dakari a chance to develop? You'll have both.
You could say that. And I told Willie, what you're doing right now is let Dakari play 15, 20 minutes. Let him do what he does. You do your thing. I can play you both together. I thought, again, Alex was outstanding again. A couple breakdowns on rebounds and a couple breakdowns defensively, but all in all, pretty good. And, Julius was good in the second half. First half, he wasn't.
Hey, Cal.
You have to ask him.
Cal, the great amplification of this program, how much of it is the media's fault?
Well, I think the president said it best. That network, you guys create it. It's not as bad as you think. But, here's what I would say. It's you guys here, but it's not just, it's national. It's all everywhere. And that's why kids want to play here, but that's what makes it hard here. Everybody has an opinion. And they write them. And then is it their opinion or their hope that they're writing? I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
John, you talked about the play of Andrew tonight. Did you see more positive
Doing
steps?
great. He's coming over to me. He's talking to me throughout the game. He's recognizing things. He did two things where he held the ball, and Rod said after, come on, let him do two things. But he's playing. He's a point guard. He's playing like a point guard. He's defending better. He's talking to his team. I'm still having to do too much coaching, but that's okay. I just came to terms with I'm going to coach like I'm 35. I don't care. I'll die when the season ends, go hide somewhere, shrivel up somewhere. But right now, I'm going to just coach them and bring them along. We got a bunch of young guys. They're getting better. I'm holding them accountable. I'm holding them responsible. I'm loving them. I'm not beating them down. I'm not beating them down in practice. We're raising the bar now, and we're going hard, and we're going body to body and doing stuff, but I'm not trying to beat them down. These are 18-year-old kids.
Does he like that coaching from you?
Who? Probably, well, I think he made a statement to you guys that no one's ever criticized his game. Wow. Well, it has changed. But, I think he's responding. I think he's getting better. Now he's just got to stay on the path.
John, over here. How is your son doing? And in addition to that, you've coached players who have been injured before, but has it changed your perspective now that you're kind of living this day to day?
It's different when it's your own child. And I always say these are my children, but he is my blood son. And so it's I'm trying to make it for him, bring out the positives in it and what this could become. But the one thing I've loved in all this, and it's what I say about these players, my own son has changed his body, has gotten more disciplined in how he eats and his training. He's worked extremely hard. He comes in the gym in the morning. He was doing everything. And that self-confidence, that self-worth, the self-discipline will help him in whatever he does. Now he's got to deal with this adversity. It crushed him. I was in the hospital and I had to tell him. Like I called Doc Mayer and said, "Could I do it tomorrow? I don't feel like I'm up for this right now." And I told him, and he cried, and he and I just tried to pick him up, but he's doing fine. He's a big baby, but he's doing fine. I had all my friends told me, "Don't you tell him to rub dirt in it. You're a mama's boy. That is painful. That surgery is painful." So I haven't used those lines on him, but he's done fine. He's a good boy. Is that it? Yeah.
The way Alex is playing with his intensity and his energy, how much is that rubbing off on other guys right now?
Well, I was going to start him last game, and then the night before I decided not to, because I like what he's doing right now, and the challenge of it made Aaron play better because I told him, I may be starting Alex in your place. You may come off the bench. I want the guys to know that they are responsible for their performance. And more importantly, they're responsible for their effort and their desire and their passion. They are responsible. I'm not. You don't bring it, someone else plays. Doesn't mean you're going to play great every night, but you can bring it. And I'm holding them more responsible, but I'm just proud of them. Here's another one that 20 years from now, something hits him. He's not going to blame anybody. He's going to look inside and say, I can make this different. Any adversity that hits him, he'll know, I can deal with it. I can do this. I can change. I can make myself something I want it to be. You know, so I'm proud of him. I told him again, I mean, he is a beast. And the only guy that doesn't realize how much a beast he is him. So when I said it in the locker room, all 15 guys were pointing. Who's the only one that doesn't know what kind of beast he is? They all pointed to him. So he's still got a ways to go now, but he's broken the barrier he needed to break to start that gradual climb now to be something special. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of all the guys. I mean, this is what we do is hard. You know, and I'll tell you, Mississippi, Ole Miss is good now. Andy's done a great job. The kid that, you know, the more tape I've watched, the Summers kid is like really good. So if you don't understand, he is really good. He's as good as the guards in Missouri. He's that good. Obviously, Henderson could go for 40, and we were doing stuff that you don't do to a normal player. He gets played like Julius gets played. Like, you got to keep him away, and it forces you to do different things. That's how good he is. But again, a good rebounding team, we out-rebound by 15. We only have 10 turnovers in a game like that. So proud of my guys. Be safe going back, even the media. I'm saying that to you guys too. Be safe.
John, one last thing. Back here. About Henderson,